Defending regional champion Lexington continues their journey back to state tonight with some home cooking on the menu too. They will look to protect their house against Central District champion Granville with a ticket to the regional finals up for grabs. It's the state number 10 Blue Aces and state number 7 Minutemen clashing on the tournament pitch. Coming your way live and free. Next.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
At Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Are you ready?
Ten foes about to battle it out in the regional semifinals on a beautiful fall night here in Richland County. Lexington and Granville have taken the pitch for action, and we are bringing it to you live and free right now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Lexington Soccer Complex. My name is Brian Skowronski, and joined by the one and only Jesse Ryder tonight. And some unique tournament circumstances tonight, Jesse, allowing Lexington to host a regional matchup tonight. 10-1 on their home pitch this year, and this is a team that prefers grass, so you would assume that bodes well for them in this match.
Absolutely. The way the tournaments have fallen this year, you get to see a little bit different venues in terms of where you would normally go. You know, normally there's host sites that would be hosting a big game like this, but the way it is this year is that the top seeds are hosting, so Lexington gets a regional semi game at their own complex. What a huge draw that is. And obviously a little bit of home court advantage. Your routine stays the same. You kind of warm up the same as you did throughout the year. And for Granville, it's a big away game. You're traveling into Lexington country, and what a beautiful night for soccer. I mean, the weather is great. The facility looks great. It's going to be a great regional game tonight.
And this is a Blue Aces squad. Even though they're on the road, they have faced some stout competition all year. Coming from the Columbus area, 8 matches against D1 opponents so far, and they play in that Licking County League. So they get some good looks. They've probably seen some skill sets pretty similar to what they'll go up against tonight.
Absolutely. And when you look at their record, it's not a great, impressive record in terms of this point of the tournament, but they have played a loaded schedule, which factors in quite a bit. I think 5 ties on the year, which is a really high amount of ties, but it proves 2 things. One, they have the ability to compete at the high level, but maybe there's some games, I know I looked through the schedule, there's some games they probably should have won that they tied, but there's games possibly that they should have lost that they tied as well. So they're kind of pros and cons to always getting a tie. But 5 ties for the Granville Blue Aces. It's going to be an interesting night tonight. One of those ties against the local Ontario Warriors early in the year, kind of the really only comparable foe between the two. So I think they tied 3-3, which obviously we saw Lexington defeat Ontario just a week ago, 2-1 at Clear Fork.
Minutemen actually played Granville last year. I was talking to Peter Tem a little bit before the match, and Lexington won that 5-3. He said it was a track meet, though, and he said to, be up for some fast-paced, high-energy style of play here tonight. And, I mean, right away, here comes Lexington trying to get into the attacking third.
Absolutely. Now, as I look through some of the score sheets and different things for Granville, it looks like they may rotate keepers. I don't know if that's still true for the playoff run, but most of the games they split some keeper minutes between Connor Pyle and I believe Colby Caldwell, or Connor Mayo, and Connor Pyle were the 2 keepers they would rotate throughout there. So we'll see who kind of gets the nod and maybe the whole game tonight for the Granville Blue Aces. Certainly a big center back in Ryan Miller and number 23, Julian Labaki out there. I mean, just 2 big kids playing the center back role. So they're going to have a tough task trying to keep Trevor Fair, Ryan Parker, and Teddy Tagliati out of that area tonight.
Yeah, you would assume that Lexington would have the speed advantage, but, I mean, you're right. Those 2 center backers, they really stick out, big physical presence out there. So, that's something that Lexington had a season ago that really boded well for them throughout their tournament run, being able to play physical. We'll see what type of we'll see what that presents to Lexington tonight in terms of a challenge.
Absolutely. And the ball has pretty much been in the attacking third for Lexington since the opening kickoff right now. So it'd be interesting. Can they get some quality shots early? Obviously, it's already a better start than last week against Ontario when they gave up a goal in the opening 20 seconds of the game. But they started with the kickoff tonight and haven't really given away possession up until now. So we'll see what Granville's looking to do in the attack.
Here comes Ryan Parker off the turnover. Lays it off. Fair back to him. Might have been a step off sides, and now the flag does go up as Parker unloaded that one.
You certainly see that the Granville defenders are playing in a little bit of fear of the Lexington attack. I think dropping about 7 or 8, maybe even 9 guys back in the box. So just trying to respect the attack that is Lexington. A lot of speed, a lot of skill up there, and they're just trying to be cognizant of that. So dropping a lot of guys back and don't want to give up an early goal to Lexington and just want to be careful. It's going to be a Granville throw in right around midfield. Looks like they're going to put some guys forward in the attack, but as soon as Lexington gets the ball, you're going to watch about 7 or 8 guys just drop back and just get in the middle of the field and try and keep Lexington out of the box.
They are in a 3-5-2 here to start the match. As Fair lofts one. It's going to sail wide, though. Not sure if that was a shot attempt or if he was trying to get that to Parker, but it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's the play if you're Granville. You have to be careful of that turnover in the middle of the field where he'd put some guys forward, and all of a sudden it's 2-on-3 and Lexington's got the ball. That's the numbers you don't want. You want to keep your numbers in favor of your guys in the back and not leave them out to dry like that. So that turnover in the middle of the field is what's going to be just very dangerous for Granville. They got to just protect the ball, maybe not make such a dangerous pass, and just be patient. Good flick by Fair, but not to Lexington, not just a little behind Parker there.
See the big leg there in the clear by Ryan Miller. Trying to switch the field. Look like a push in the back. Lex quickly on the restart here.
Absolutely. They want the ball and they want to get forward quickly and not let Granville just sit all their players back in the middle there. So they're trying to get forward, just trying to disrupt that defense a little bit. Here's Max King, the big goal scorer for Granville. Certainly leads the teams in goals this year. 22 goals on the year. Nice season, especially when you look at the competition they've played this year.
You see just a whole sea of black jerseys there clogging up the middle of the field as he tried to bring it down the wing, do some damage, but Lexington holds firm. And now they get it to Fair.
Yeah, a little bit of a numbers game for both teams. Lexington putting a lot of guys back in the box as well. Just you don't want to give up that early goal. Lexington learned that lesson. They battled back for probably 60 of the 80 minutes of that game, just trying to get back on the board against Ontario.
Nearly a big turnover there. Ryan Parker with the high pressure almost took it away.
Yeah, two nearly costly turnovers for the Blue Aces here so far tonight. Ooh.
This one might sneak through, but well done there. Will Hostetler.
Good turn and just good clear. They get the ball back. That could have been a dangerous play if he doesn't get the right touch on the ball. Good split by Ryan Parker. Tough tackle in the middle of the field. Oh, and a bit of an unsportsmanlike play by the Johnny Wright. It's going to be a warning there. It's certainly the whistle had been blown. He kicked the ball away. He did not want Lexington to have that quick restart, so just kind of gets the ball away from the free kick area. Referee's going to give him a warning next time. It's probably going to be yellow.
That's the Minutemen style, man. Fast, furious, get right back into the action after those fouls.
Absolutely. They love to be in the attack, so they're going to do whatever they can to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. I think Johnny Wright was aware of that. It's a risky play. You know, sometimes you get a yellow even early in the game because it's clearly deliberate what you're trying to do. Oh, it's going to be a PK, referee.
Oh, wow, no whistle.
Put the whistle to his mouth and then gave that's not a play on. And so I think he looked to his linesman to make the call. The linesman did not make it. He was ready. He was ready to blow the whistle. He had it in his mouth, and he chose not to give it. He yelled play on. It's clearly not an advantage because they lost the ball. But
definitely a ton of contact. There was no question about that.
Absolutely. I don't think much of the ball either. He kind of beat him with his touch and then just got wiped out in the box. Teddy Tagliati with the big throw in here. Kind of a quicker, shorter throw for the Minutemen there right to Trevor Fair.
Now this one cleared to King. Big first touch.
Big third touch as well.
Yeah.
Just looking for some space there with the ball.
Nearly shot his way around the defender, but it rolls out of play. Throw-in on the way for the Minutemen.
Yeah, that's certainly, I think, the attack we're going to look to see from Granville tonight is kind of those quick restarts, looking for just a big touch into space, and can you create, can you draw a defender out of position and attack that space? Max King definitely some speed on the ball. We saw a little bit of foot skills there as well, so certainly a threat for the Blue Aces.
Parker with the header back to his midfield. And another tough tackle, but referee's letting him play on here once again. Here come the Blue Aces, pushing on the far sideline with Hellman. And coming out to make the play, Caleb Reinhardt.
That's a dangerous ball in the box there. I'm surprised Lexington let him get that ball off. There's Parker getting the ball right around midfield. Looks for the long ball to Fair. Oh, it's a beautiful ball.
Ooh, headed up. Trevor was right there. Well done by the keeper to come out and make the play.
Julian Labaki, risky play. Just heads it up in the air for his keeper. Just, you know, I'm hoping he took a glance over his shoulder, saw the keeper there, and knew it. But that is risky. The keeper does well to come out and grab it. Otherwise, I think Trevor Fair is looking at his first goal of the night.
Parker with the feed. Now Hostetler through a double team, and he gets tripped up from behind. Again, they play on. Parker with the shot. Diving save by Pyle.
Certainly the referee is allowing some physical play right now, and even more than physical, it's some tough tackling going on. Granville is getting down on the ground, and there's a lot of contact, and the referee's letting them play right now at this point. We'll see if that changes as the game progresses, but Lexington, a couple good looks here so far.
That was Ryan Parker with the shot right there. Crafty little play, just kind of flicked it up to the top corner. Misfired by about a couple feet, though.
Yeah, anytime you can get Ryan the ball in the box, you know something good's going to happen from it. So that's the area for Lexington. That he's not gotten his touches there yet. It's been right around midfield, and he's trying to create. So they want to try and find some more space. That's a good ball into the box by Ryan.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. The setup,
what
Fair uses body, the turn, the shot, and deflected.
Oh, miss-hit. Oh, those are goals you normally see from the Minutemen. We saw that a little bit against Ontario. They get the ball in the six in front of the box and just could not put it in the net for the longest time. Two great opportunities for Lexington.
Yeah, tough to not come away with a goal on this one.
That's a good ball in by Depperschmidt. He just kind of cuts it back. Fair with a bit of a longer touch than he would like. Turns, deflected, and then Gage Potter. Oh, he's gonna forget that one.
And I think that went off the keeper's feet, Jesse. He went diving into the corner. If I'm not mistaken, if my eyes aren't tricking me there, I think that he misplayed it and actually went off the back of his legs.
Yeah, it's tough because it's rolling, it's bouncing a little bit to him, and I'm sure that's a shot he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just happen to see the 10th time there.
Tagliati has to shift it back to Isaac Weber. He's got some space, though. Now back to him, deflected off a King as he tried to get it down the wing.
Yeah, the possession for Lexington has been pretty good so far tonight. Definitely getting the ball into advantageous areas quickly, forcing Granville to just kind of drop it and defend. They can't pressure the ball too high on the field because they just have so many numbers back.
Good battle poked away. 2-on-3 potentially developing here.
Yeah, Lexington defenders, I think, lost a little bit of space there. Max King and the other striker looks like maybe Colby Caldwell were just kind of running free, unmarked. They had the numbers back. They just didn't have the marking correct. So Granville's going to get a throw in possession and almost go into the attacking third.
Quick substitution being made here by Granville. I believe that's the first of the night for other side.
Granville's putting a few guys forward now to join Max King in the attack. Looks like Max King's on the throw in here. They're putting about 4 other guys up in the attack. Let's see if they can keep possession on the throw in here.
Yeah, haven't really seen them with numbers.
Yeah, offense has just kind of gone through Max King, and if he can turn forward, they can get something out of it. Otherwise, they're not really doing anything else offensively.
Battle for possession. Parker marked up by a couple of guys.
Good bit of skill there by Granville.
Yeah, it was. Now they get it to the middle.
It's not easy to just turn on Ryan Parker like that, and then I think
Tagliati to Parker. The header for fair.
a lot of contact again. Let's see what the referee's going to give. He's going to go to Lexington there. They got their legs tangled up. It could have gone a variety of ways there. I wasn't sure what the referee saw first. So Fair went up for the header, and he's going to call it. Granville kind of clipped him a little bit in the back.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Trevor actually was the initial contact, but you always get the second person is caught, and that was Ryan Miller there.
There's probably 3 different fouls on the play there. I think Trevor had the initial one, and then the Granville player, and I think Trevor got him again when they went down. But the referee saw the contact from Granville. It's going to be Lexington free kick. Gets in the attack, and
oh, Trevor looked like he got caught right in the teeth.
yeah, it's a lot of contact for a ball in the air. It's tough because it's right on the line there, so it certainly gives to a dangerous free kick if you call it. But if you don't call it, you end up with Trevor on the ground, and it's a tough play.
Goal kick for Lexington.
Reinhardt's got a goal kick coming up his way. Just about 12 minutes gone by. So far, most of the offense has belonged to the Minutemen. They've dominated the possession, had a couple of clean looks, but have not been able to finish as of yet. And that was the storyline in the match against Ontario, where they had almost 40 shots, I think, for the game, about 20 of them on net, and were only able to finish twice.
Yeah, absolutely. And certainly the difference there was Ontario had scored first. They were playing behind most of the game. And so this is a little more even. You don't feel that pressure of that you need a goal, but obviously you're looking to get one. A lot of contact again there. Oh.
But how about the speed of Parker just to put the pressure there and be able to win the ball?
An unfortunate injury. I think Depperschmidt rolled his ankle off the ball. He's limping back. He was down on the ground for a while. Oh, a tough play by Lexington defender.
Now Hellman, he lost his footing, and this is going to set up a free kick about 22 yards away for Granville.
Looks like Depperschmidt is down on the ground and in some pain now. And the referees don't notice it yet. He's trying to play through it, but he's not able to get back on defense. I think you have to get him to sit down and just get subbed off. I know he's trying to be tough, but at this point there's no numbers.
See what the Blue Aces elect to do here with the free kick.
It looks like they were going to get him subbed off here. He was trying to play through it. He's trying to be tough about it, but I think just off the ball, just kind of rolled his ankle a little bit. I saw him go down. He was trying to get up and trying to run through it, but just could not get the strength to stay on his foot. That is a tough injury. Sometimes tough to overcome in the course of a game. Maybe get him taped up and tightened up a little bit, but that's a tough break for the Minutemen.
Looks like 6 players going to fan across the outside of the 18 here, make it 5. Here's Graham Shopes. He's got Johnny Wright next to him.
Referee's going to stop the clock here. I'm not sure. The Granville player said something to him. I'm not sure.
Just an adjustment on the clock. It must have continued to run.
I don't know when it would have stopped necessarily, unless they didn't stop it for maybe the sub on the injury. Wait, they just subbed him on and off real quick. I don't know. I guess I missed that, but.
So we get about 45 more seconds posted back onto the clock.
I wonder if the Granville player, looks like the Granville player realized that, or at least told him something.
And Shopes sends a rocket, but the missile flies over the top.
Yeah, there was no look for a placement there. He's going pure power, just upper 90s is what he's looking for. You're going to see the replay. You can see the little nerves there. Steps right into it. Just a little bit high and wide. It's a tough free kick. It's one you can hit in practice, no problem. But when the adrenaline of a regional semifinal game, it's just going to change your approach just a little bit, and he just cracks it just a bit too hard.
Yeah, he got that hip turn, man. He wanted every inch of that one right there, no question.
Still Granville, still in the attack. You're getting some number forward again.
Yeah, nice setup. Reinhardt goes down, makes the save off the shot from Hutchins.
Yeah, Sawyer Hutchins had some space in the middle of the field, just wound up, took a shot, kept it hard, kept on the ground. Good save by Caleb Reinhardt.
Reinhardt has been a rock so far throughout the season. Over 80 saves for him on the year.
A little bit of a momentum swing here. Granville's had a couple decent looks at a goal all of a sudden. They went from really no looks in the game to all of a sudden they 2 good free kicks, and they're back in the attack again.
Off the throw-in, middle of the field, headed up by Teddy.
Teddy Tagliotti may be one of the best just defensive headers in the area for North Central Ohio.
Yeah, he got a nose for it. But now there's a 3-on-3 developing. Fair to the right, Parker to the left.
Again, doesn't hit it cleanly. Certainly had a good look. A lot of things could have developed out of the play, but he kept it, got to his right foot, and just kind of mishit it again. Kind of his second miss hit. That's a shot I'm sure he likes to hit. He's comfortable hitting, but just didn't hit it cleanly and right to the keeper's feet.
Nice feed for Hellman.
Yeah, certainly Davis Hellman's got some speed. You saw him kind of separate. There's just a lot of contact on the ball for both ways. Not necessarily fouls. It's just guys are going to work really hard to get the ball, not give it away.
It's just tournament soccer, Jesse.
Absolutely.
Stakes are a little bit higher in games right here. A regional championship berth on the line tonight, of course. And
I would say that's more of a game plan for Granville than Lexington. Not that Lexington can't play physical, but I think if you're Granville, you don't want to give the time and space to Lexington. So you're really going to make them kind of work off the ball and on the ball when you have it. So Granville's definitely initiating a lot of contact. I don't think it's dirty. I just think it's physical.
Miller off the feed there. Didn't have anybody available on the backside, so a goal kick on the way for Reinhardt once again. And the run of play here in recent action has belonged to the Blue Aces.
Yeah, it's kind of been back and forth. Lexington has just not capitalized when they've had the opportunities in front of goal to even get a really quality shot off, a couple of quality opportunities, but not the shots that we would normally see them finish.
Yeah, that's a great point. That they have had some decent looks, just not the shots that they would have liked, with the exception of Fair. The one big rip on net.
Good step by Fair. Just an aggressive play on the ball there. It's going to be 2-on-3, but Trevor Fair's got the ball. Lots of good things can happen.
Yeah, try to turn it back inside. Now sets up Teddy.
There's the numbers that we like to see for Lexington. It's a good touch in the box. Oh, he mishit the pass to Ryan, but he keeps the ball somehow. Oh, that's not the right call. He clearly won the ball and kept it forward. The referee called it from the other side of the field.
I mean, Ryan Miller took maybe a flop there. You don't see too many of those in high school. I think he did. I think he kind of took a stumble on purpose.
For as big as he is, he certainly went down easily, but Lexington's going forward with the ball. It's hard to say he didn't get the ball in that situation, but that's what the referee's called. Here's the replay. You can see Hostetler with a good cut in. There's not a lot.
Looks like a dive, man, because he's grabbing his knee. Come on.
Maybe some contact on the foot, but you're right. He went to the ground and grabbed his knee. And Ryan Miller's a veteran player out there. He knows what he's doing.
That's what's up. Hey, that's called gamesmanship right there. He got the foul. So
yeah, he's lucky, because if he didn't, it's 2-on-1 again. But that is a risky time to take a foul as a defensive player inside your own box. Big punt by Caleb there.
Takes a hop. Parker uses his body so well.
Yeah, kind of stumbled into it and just caught Granville off guard, and he ended up with the ball at his feet. Looked for a ball to Trevor Fair and just couldn't quite find the other end of it.
So after the Nido cleared, comes back to midfield. It's going to roll out. Blue Aces looking to get back to work, but they got a sub checking in.
Granville's kind of opened the game up a little bit. It's not just quite playing defensive. Looks like they're trying to get in the attack as well. Referee's going to bring that throw in back. He tried to gain probably 6 or 7 yards.
Parker with the pressure helps deliver the turnover. So the Minutemen now with possession, looking to get numbers forward.
Yeah, turnovers in the middle of the field are going to be costly for Granville. You've got to keep possession of the ball, and if you give it away, you just got to put it at the other end of the field. You can't give it in midfield. That Lexington counterattack is normally rock solid.
You see the spacing right now for Lex. They got bodies all over in the attacking third.
This is the Lexington attack we're accustomed to, where they're patient, they get the ball wide, and eventually going to play that ball in the box.
Oh, nice defense that time by Nido.
Well, I thought that was a foul, and the referee let it play on. I think Lexington kind of intentionally fouled because they saw the break coming and just kind of ran through them, and the referee gave the play on sign anyways. Tough touch there from Potter. Not been Potter's finest showing so far. Certainly a very skilled player. You expect him to kind of clean up his touches and looks in front of the goal.
There's Potter with the header, and again, that one just a little bit off the mark, trying to get it to Hostetler. Oh, wow, that's about a 15-yard advantage on the throw, and I think the referee's seen that.
He certainly quickly picked it up for about 10, 15 yards on the throw-in, and he did it so fast I thought he might have got away with it, but the referee did bring him back, and they decided to play the throw-in back there.
And again, nothing wrong with it. I mean, part of the game, and doesn't really cost you. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
Just going to do it over.
Granville is looking for little ways to just gain an advantage, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're just trying to play quick. They're trying to get forward quickly. Just got to be careful with these turnovers in the middle of the field. They've had a couple.
Got to take every little inch you can get, especially played on the road in a regional, man. I mean, this, of course, I don't think has ever happened before, Jesse, in the history of the tournament, I would venture to guess. So
yeah, I believe there used to be rules against it where you could not be the host side at this level. And when you got to regionals, you could not be the host team, even if you were scheduled to be there or there would be planned accordingly that it would not happen. And now it's the default move, so.
Coach Tem was telling me before the match that I think it was 2011, they had to play in Toledo against a Toledo team, but it was at a neutral site. So even though they had to travel 2 hours, the other team only had to travel about 5 minutes still, not at their particular facility. So Lexington, with the home cooking here tonight, this is rare, and he said they plan on taking full advantage because, of course, if they win tonight, they get to play right back here again on Saturday.
Absolutely. The OHSA used to say, their goal was not to find something halfway between the two teams because it's just not feasible. So we were in a similar situation at Mansfield Christian where we played in Cleveland against the Cleveland team, a 10-minute drive for them and an hour for us. Well, Max King just running through players right now.
That he did.
Still with the ball at his feet. Oh,
just wreaking havoc.
I'm not sure who took down who, but both Max King and the Lexington defender both went down. They're both asking for a foul against each other. There definitely was some contact.
So maybe the right call by the official just to let it play on. And maybe they ring around the rosy at each other, kind of locked each other's arms.
Both players got up, looked at the official, and were asking for calls.
Offsides is the whistle right there against the Blue Aces.
Granville has definitely picked up some confidence in the last 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes it looked like it was just going to be Lexington attacking all night. Now Granville's kind of evened the game out, and they've got in the attack a couple times. They got a little bit of swagger when they get the ball. It's been an interesting game so far.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely noticeable when these forwards have gotten their touches. That they're not scared. I mean, particularly Max. I mean, he just went at 4 defenders right there. Took a couple of them out.
They're big, aggressive touches. There's not a lot of short skill moves coming in. It's just a touch into space and then just speed into that, to follow that space. And they're getting some interesting looks. You really got to defend that carefully. You don't want to give up a lot of space. And if he can turn their corner on you, it's going to be over. There's that costly turnover for Granville right in the middle of the field again. Trevor Fair's got to get it on the break with Ryan up with him.
So off the misplayed ball, Trevor. He sent one into the shin guards, though, the defenders. Good battle. They get it back. Now Trevor again, another opportunity. Flips one up and headed out of danger. Good pressure being applied by Luke Roberts in the corner.
Going to come right out to Teddy Tagliati in the middle of the field.
To Potter. Now back out wide. Roberts tripped up and draws a whistle against Alex Nido.
Oh, actually just thought he fell, but he kind of sold it. He just kind of lay there like he was expecting the foul to be called, and the referee gave it to him. I'm not quite figured out the pattern of the referee's calls yet. A little inconsistent.
It's going to set up Ryan Parker.
Lexington loading the box a little bit. Looks like about 7 guys on the back post waiting to attack in.
See what Parker does against this 2-man wall. He's going to send it right around him. Bent well. Headed down. Teddy's got it. Sends with the left foot. Redirected. Still up for grabs. Now Parker zipped that one with a lot of ferocity, but off the mark.
Couple good looks again. Lexington get the ball right around the 6-yard line again. Teddy's got it. He tries to get on his left foot and gets a shot off, and Granville does well to get players back behind the ball and just deflect it out. And then just pure power from Ryan Parker, just a little wide. If it's on target, it's in. Couple good looks for Lexington.
Yeah, he kept that one down. I mean, that was well struck, just probably about 2 feet out wide to the left.
I mean, those are 2 of the 3 guys you want taking those shots. One's deflected, one just goes wide. So Lexington get the opportunities they want. They're just not putting the back of the net yet.
And if the Ontario game is any indicator, it definitely just seems like a matter of time before this team breaks through. They get too many quality looks. But at the same time, I mean, those are just that. I mean, if it doesn't go into the back of the net, you still got the goose egg up on the scoreboard. So even though you're creating some things, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
You're absolutely right. You got to get one. You at least got to get one, because when you get 50 shots on goal and no goals, that'll haunt you for a long time.
Potter with the header
by Parker as well.
Yeah,
I thought he broke the defenders with it, but Labaki was able to stay right in front of it.
This one played back to Mel. Takes his time.
Ooh, risky pass, but he hit it. He saw it. I just thought the Lexington players were closing him out. Alexa's got some numbers in the box here. Granville mismarked a little bit. Parker's got the ball at the corner of the box. Lofts one to the back post.
Roberts had a beat on it. And it'll roll out. It's going to be a corner kick. The first one, I think.
Ball just kind of sailed up. Yeah, I believe you're right. Ball just kind of sailed in the air, and I think both players overran it and tried to recover to get back to it. Ends up being a Lexington throw-in, or a corner kick, excuse me.
Going to have Trevor Fair send.
Here, Granville, you got to be aware where Tagliati is right now. Right now, he's next to your keeper.
Ricochet, little pinball action, finds its way out to Parker.
Oh, they left him open. Tagliati's in.
Big chance right here. Teddy backside and
missed it wide.
Minutemen just misfiring.
Granville got confused in the defense on the counterattack. They thought they had the ball going forward, and so they left Teddy and went forward. Teddy was just sitting in the box. He gets in. He's at the corner of the 6 again. Keeper makes an aggressive play.
Yeah, Mel probably came off of his line right at the proper time to force Teddy to try to send it to that back post where, of course, off the mark once again.
I'm not sure if it's a pass or shot. Really looks like I think he saw the player on the back post and just trying to put on the back post where a pass or shot could be beneficial, and ended up being neither one was efficient enough.
So still 0-0 on our My Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Though Lexington has applied pretty solid amount of pressure so far on the keeper, Connor Mill.
What a flick by Trevor Fair.
Jeez, how about the speed by Parker? He's got
what
one.
A goal.
Finally, the Minutemen get on the board at the 13:57 mark, and it's the All-American Ryan Parker getting the home fan stands up on their feet.
Oh, you just see the triple threat here. Great pass by Teddy Tagliati in the middle of the field. Great flick by Trevor Fair. Great finish by Ryan Parker. The big 3 doing big things. What an absolutely fantastic goal for Lexington. It just, it's such a great build-up. Teddy played with his head up. He found him in the middle of the field. Trevor Fair with a great flick. Ryan Parker with just speed and skill to finish. I mean, just outran a defender, skill around another defender, and just clinical finish in the corner of the net for a 1-0 Lexington lead. What a goal.
And as much credit as Ryan Parker gets for his excellent passing ability, because he is the greatest assist man in the history of this school and, one of the best goal scorers, I think his speed's a little bit underrated, man. That's a pretty fast kid.
Listen, in order to be the high assist guy and goal guys, you're not going to do it being slow. I can guarantee that. But absolutely, you saw the speed there. I mean, he just outran a defender. It was just speed for to beat the one defender. It was skill to beat the second. Excellent example of just the skill that you see with Ryan Parker. But just love the build-up from Lexington, from Teddy and Trevor as well.
Good job of taking it right there by Tagliati, but he gives it right back. Stepping in front with Shope. And Teddy, the aggressive tackle right there.
So, yeah, he certainly grabbed him. You're going to see the finish there. Just beautiful corner of the net there from Ryan Parker.
And I love the emotion of the senior man, a great celebration.
He knows they've been so close as well and how big the game is. We certainly don't need to tell him that. He's well aware of the scenario, where the game's been so far. He's got the ball again right at midfield.
Weber gets it to him. Nice couple of little touches. I think that went through the 5-hole there, and now Fair sends one. This one curving back post, but this time Mel makes the save.
Oh, geez, you just see Ryan Parker took a bit of a tough touch at midfield. The ball kind of hopped up on him, cleaned it up his next touch, and then a great pass splits the defenders. Just a great play by Lexington. Good effort by Fair. Probably not his best shot. He saw the corner, and I think maybe heard his shot just a little bit. Didn't get his mechanics quite right, but the build-up looked good again from Lexington.
It's been a heck of a tournament run so far, too, for Ryan Parker at the district round. He had a hat trick and a couple assists in their semifinal matchup, and then a goal and an assist in the win over Ontario, and already doing some big things here in this first half. Though this one missed, and he had about 4 different options.
Yeah, there's a lot of players there, and this Labaki happened to be at the right play at the right time to stop a lot of it.
So Granville counterattack, brewing here.
Certainly getting some numbers forward. Oh,
Shopes, nice move.
Yeah, he beat Teddy in a 1v1. You don't see that very often.
And now this one unloaded, but right at Reinhardt.
Yeah, Graham Shope with a nice little skill move to get around Teddy Tagliati in the middle of the field, who's normally a lockdown 1v1 defender, and Granville gets a good shot out of it, but right at Caleb Reinhardt again.
That was Hutchins with the shot attempt. But the keeper, of course, in the perfect position to come up with the stop. Aces being pressured there in the midfield. Now look to bring it here near side.
See Trevor Fair trying to get Lexington to switch their kind of defensive stance there. They were just kind of staying on the one side, and Fair wanted to increase pressure.
Trevor taking his time, sets up Tagliati.
Yeah, you just saw the confidence. It was just a veteran move. He knew the ball wasn't going out of bounds. He knew to get around it, not force a bad play or a bad pass. Finds Tagliati.
Man, look at the acceleration by Parker. Shifts it through to himself.
Split 3 defenders. Oh, lobs it to the back post, but Granville's going to clear it away first.
Teddy with the takeaway. Wisely gets it to Parker. And he sends back post again, diving. Gage Potter.
Yeah, I like the idea by Ryan Parker. I think he can keep it on the ground. I don't think it needs to be in the air. It's certainly an easier finish if it's on the ground, but you just see, I think for Lexington, once they get that first goal, it's almost like they just feel the weight off their shoulders and they can play a little more freely, just play a little bit more, creative. They definitely have some players who can score some goals there. I just think it takes the first one for them to kind of settle into it. And
yeah, it's a fair assessment.
What a turn. He just kept his balance, kept the ball.
And now Potter somehow was able to poke it to Parker. He tried to set it up for the left. Now Fair.
Oh, Fair's going to want that one back.
Yes,
he
does.
The build-up again was smooth from Lexington. Somehow Gage Potter just kept the ball. Just a couple of kind of almost stumbling touches. He nearly going to the ground, kept his balance, kept the ball. Found Ryan Parker, who found Trevor Fair on the back post, who just puts it just a little high and wide again.
So clearly some momentum starting to build here for this Lexington offense. They are getting into a groove right now.
Looks like Ryan Miller's kind of shifted this to more of an outside back now rather than the center back. Labaki almost playing like a sweeper role, it looks like, for Granville.
Now the Blue Aces getting numbers forward. Trying to work it down the wing, but not to much success as Tagliati is there. Now he gets to Parker. He's got a 3-on-3.
Oh, that's a great ball.
Nobody passes better than this kid.
Ooh, tough turnover for Lex there. They had some numbers and a little lackadaisical in the approach there. He certainly was on and just kind of hoofed the pass a little bit.
Hostetler turns and sees all type of green in front of him.
Yeah, certainly the pressure from the outside. Whoa,
what a setup. Oh, Parker just overran it somehow with some dazzling footwork. Almost set up a shot.
Yeah, Granville struggling to win the ball and keep possession again. That's another big tackle in the middle of the field there. Lex has come away with some big tackles to go forward in the attack. Trevor Fair, crafty little flick. Oh.
Had Weber there, got a head on it.
That's probably not a play they see a lot where Weber comes up on it all the way out of the back. It started with his big tackle there. certainly could bring the ball to his feet, I think, and look for an opportunity on goal. Good effort by Will to win the ball. Great turn by Hostetler as well. Look at the space he created with one simple turn. He's got all the time in the world on the wing. Plays a back post ball. It's just going to sail just a little bit wide.
Yeah, he had Fair and Parker both lurking. Still in the box. Good turn, but Fair draws a whistle.
He's going to call a foul first here. See the cheeky little flick there by Fair up and over top. Weber, I think he can settle the ball and bring it to his feet, but he goes for a header. Not sure the time and space that he had, so he just tries to flick it on. Good look, though. Good look by the Minutemen. Again, another build-up. One starts with a big tackle in the middle of the field, and then they just get the numbers forward, catch Granville off. It's the turnovers for Granville that have proved to be so costly when they can't get the defenders back and get in shape there.
Blue Ace is going to bring in a couple of subs, slow things down here a little bit, but give them a chance to press their offense forward.
Absolutely. Granville, I think, is certainly subbing more than Lexington at this point. I think that's probably the 4th or 5th sub that they brought in. Lexington, I think, is only subbed on the injury, maybe one other time besides that.
Both Hellman and Johnny Wright back into the mix here for Granville. We've got the throw-in, looking to get it to Max King.
Yeah, Max King is just a big, aggressive player. He's skilled as well. He's fast. He's doing all sorts of things.
Showing some patience right here. But he's got about 5 defenders all just gawking at him.
Lexington's defending the ball well there. You got to be careful they don't get that ball away at the top of the box. But they've dropped 10 of the 11 guys back. Trevor Fair, he's hovering around there. He's not quite back yet, but he's certainly there as well. Yeah, Teddy Zagliotti comes away with a header. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fair tripped up. It's going to draw a whistle against Hutchins. And you see quickly, Minutemen always try to get back on the attack on those restarts.
Yeah, I mean, that was their striker taking the free kick and just played it in.
Oh,
just
Ryan
wide.
Parker barely missed on that one.
It's a great one by Will Hostetler. You see Parker just plays a little wide. Will was kind of in the right place. The ball just beat him to that spot just a little bit. That just starts with a quick restart from Lexington, though. I mean, Trevor Fair got fouled, got up, put the ball down, and knew where Ryan was and put it right to him. Granville wasn't quite in the defensive shape they wanted to be. Good flick on there by Max King. I think if you're Granville, that's what you need. You need to put pressure on the ball. You can't let Lexington have time on the ball. They're going to make the right play, the right pass. So you've got to pressure the ball as quick as possible. You got to kind of force turnovers out of that scenario. They just kind of sit back a little bit. The longer you give Lexington, the better they're going to be.
You see that big body barreling into the back of Fair. He looks a little bit shaken up as Julian Labaki.
Yeah, he's all right. I think he's just kind of adding a little bit to the moment there. He certainly got ran over.
I think he might be legitimately feeling hobbled right here.
Yeah, I think he kind of got ran in the back of the legs. I think Labaki maybe, I don't know, he stepped on him, but certainly kind of ran through his legs there, and just a little bit of scratch, a little bit of knock. I'm sure we'll be back in the game in a minute, but it also allowed Trevor to catch his breath real quick. He's been working hard, lots of pressure all over the field. He's obviously tracking back into the midfield area to win the ball, and he's kind of taking some punishment for it from the other team.
Big loss for them on the field when he checks out, though, in terms of creativity on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. Creativity and just the ability to win the ball and hold it and make the right play. Be surprised if he checks back in before halftime, maybe gets an extended break here, catches breath, get checked out, make sure everything's okay.
So it's going to give some minutes here to Lucas Starling, the junior, checks in for Trevor.
Yeah, that's going to be a yellow card. What's interesting, you can't run and jump, but certainly the distance from the ball was still about 10 yards from where he was. I don't know what I think of that call. You can't run and jump at the ball, but it looked to me like he was still 10 yards away. Enough that I think I would have given a warning, and then the next time it's a card. But Max King picks up a yellow card for what they're going to call encroachment.
And that means he's going to have to check out here. And so an exclamation being delivered over to head coach Andrew Mell.
So we talked about a little bit of the gamesmanship of Granville here, and I'm still having a conversation with the referee. He's talking about he backed up first before he went forward. It's a tough yellow. I think in a situation like this, the referee can just give the warning and then address it with a card the next time. But the referees decided to just go straight for the card and teach him the lesson the hard way.
It looks like Owen Dove's going to have to move it back a couple of yards here.
Yeah, it's getting a little careless here from both teams. Oh, fans trying to get involved as well. They forgot here to watch the game and not be a part of it.
Do sometimes love the chippiness of the fans, and especially at a venue like this where everybody's on the same
Same
side.
side, you're next to each other, your neighbors with the opposing team. Absolutely, it's going to get a little heated sometimes.
It can create some chaos over here in the bleachers. Looking to do that here on the run. Kickoffer brings it back inside, maintains possession.
Well, Granville's finding a little bit of space in the wing, but nobody's in the box because Max King is out. Not sure who the next striker was, but they're all outside the 18, kind of watching to see what was going to happen. I think that's the run that Max King probably makes, and they didn't quite adjust for his absence up there.
And King not checking in as of yet.
Granville's first corner of the night. Going to mark the keeper pretty tight. Julian Labaki and Ryan Miller joining the attack as well from the back position. Caleb Reinhardt pretty much in the back corner of the goal.
Side kicked out of there by Parker. Now Ryan clears it. Trying to get it to Starling, who would have a one-on-one if he can win this, but he does not. And it races out of play.
It's a big tackle for Granville, because you're absolutely right. If Lucas gets the first touch going forward, he's getting it at the keeper and just one-on-one on the breakaway there. Oh, it's a poor clearance for Granville. It's going to be a corner kick. So many different things you could do there, and he just tries to hit the ball hard, and it goes out for a corner kick. Tough clearance there for Granville.
And so normally they would have Trevor Fair deliver these. Parker's going to give it a whirl here.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's pretty astute in his own right here, taking the corner as well. I think the difference will be is that Ryan Parker or Trevor Fair's not in to finish. A chance for Lucas Sterling to maybe get in the box and make a play.
Brought it in low, had Teddy defending right in front of the keeper there.
Lex runs some pretty creative corner kick plays. You just got to be on your toes there and see what they're looking to line up with. Ooh. Oh, play on, says the referee. A lot of contact there. Referee lets it go. Will Hostetler is wide if Lexington can find him. So wide, no defenders even near him. But Lex kind of forced that one side. That's where Lex kind of gets caught up a little bit, is if they don't switch the field, they just put a lot of guys near the ball. And Granville brings a lot of guys in. But once they play it wide, so much space for Will and the other outside wings as well.
Here is Will. Nice touch to Teddy.
Yeah, great composure under pressure there. Good ball by Teddy to get forward.
Now Parker puts it in the box. Teddy charging. And that's going to set up another corner here.
A little defensive miscommunication. The keeper came out. Both backs were coming at the ball, and the keeper just decides to play it out of bounds for a corner. A couple breakdowns with the keeper there. Again, we mentioned earlier about running the dual keeper system, which certainly has its pros and cons. One of the cons would be is, each keeper is going to have their own tendencies of when they may or may not come out, and what they say when they do. Just a couple miscommunications there led to 2 Lexington corner kicks to close out the half.
Hostetler gets it up top. Parker puts it down, shifts it up. Still up for grabs. Couple of headers, right back to Will. And deflected. Now Granville will clear as we're approaching the 1 minute mark here of the first half. Oh, good stab.
It's a terrible misplay, and then he does well to recover to make the tackle. Good save there. Granville will keep it in play.
Ball somehow still staying in bounds.
Oh, the ball was not out of bounds. The referee.
He's a long way away to be making that call.
Yeah, and he pointed the other way, and the referee overruled. I mean, just all sorts of nonsense going on here with the officials. They don't appear to be wearing the headsets, it looks like. So maybe they are. I didn't see it on the center ref, but certainly the linesman has a headset on. A little miscommunication from the referees happens every once in a while.
Good flick out wide, but Depperschmidt, first one to get there. Plays it out with just about 30 ticks remaining here in the opening half. Minutemen looking to go into the break with the lead. Maybe even add to it.
15 seconds to get down the field. Certainly got the speed and skill to do it. Hopefully you don't see a bad foul here from Granville. Just trying to stop the play. Yep.
Parker turns the corner. He puts it in there, and Starling's got a goal with just 6 seconds to go. Big time stuff.
You talk about the speed of Ryan Parker. You just saw, Granville was trying to foul just to stop the momentum of Ryan Parker going forward, and Parker just kept working, kept running, and just the heads-up play to put the ball in the box. And Lucas, the super sub, gives a huge 2-goal lead to Lexington right before the end of the first half.
That is absolutely massive, Jesse. A 1-goal differential. I mean, you definitely feel like you're right into the game there going into the break. But, man, with just 6 seconds left, I mean, that's got to take the wind out of your sails. If you're
That is
Granville.
a tough momentum breaker because Granville, they've had a couple chances. They've done a couple good things, and they've been in the game. But, boy, to come back 2 goals is going to be absolutely difficult here in the second half.
So it's 2-0 on our My Mechanics scoreboard as we're through 40 minutes of action. Ryan Parker making that whole thing happen as he sets it up for the super sub, like you said, Starling, coming up with a big goal just 6 seconds before the break. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back here and break down the first half. Take a look at some stats and get you ready for half number 2. It's live and free regional soccer on the OH Report.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, where the Minutemen on top 2-0 with a big-time goal in the closing seconds. Lucas Starling coming through for the kids in the black and purple. I'm Brian Skowronski with you along with Jesse Ryder, and we see you out there in Facebook land along with YouTube. So if you are watching the match, we want to know from where. Weigh in on the comment section. Tell us, how are you taking in this regional semifinal contest? Where are you watching from in the whole big wide world out there? We'll bring you up on the Fan Zone if you share a comment with us. So keep it locked in. We'll be right back. We'll have some halftime stats and get you ready for half number 2. Live and free high school soccer, and it's right here on the OH Report.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
It's halftime of the Division II Region 6 semifinals here at the fabulous Lexington Soccer Complex, where right now the home team on top 2-0 at the break. Minutemen with a big lead, Jesse, and extending it, doubling it there in the final 6 seconds. I mean that goal was absolutely huge.
Oh, absolutely, Brian. Great goal. I mean, just the effort from Ryan Parker. I mean, he gets the ball at midfield, and it's just a sprint all the way down the field. Granville, I think, is trying to stop him, foul him. You do whatever they can to get in front of the ball, and they can't. And just a heads-up play to get the ball in front of the box. And Lucas Starling, this super sub, right place, right time, big goal to give Lexington a big 2-goal cushion to start the second half.
They've got 8 shots on frame right now to Granville's 2. Couple of saves right now for Reinhardt. Nail in the net has 5. Couple of really big ones, too. And then both goals so far assisted for the Minutemen. Just a couple of corner kicks for them. Haven't really done much with them. And then Granville had the one that Lexington was able to turn away. So haven't seen much on set pieces so far this evening, and I mean, right now, just Ryan Parker making things happen kind of on his own on a couple of occasions, and then that's been the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, it's that triple threat from Lexington we've been talking about. Trevor Fair, Teddy Tagliati, Ryan Parker. If their touches and they can find the rhythm to find each other, they are such a dangerous attacking team. And that first goal was a great example of that. Great ball by Teddy, great flick, great play. I mean, it was an absolutely phenomenal goal. And so if those three are firing all cylinders, you better just look out if you're the other team.
Minutemen looking to advance back to the regional championship. They, of course, are the defending Region 6 champs. As we are bringing up the fan zone, and we saw that we have a couple of fans out there tuning in from Illinois this evening. So great to have you guys from a couple of states away checking out the high school soccer here. Brian Skowronski and Jesse Ryder with you on the call. And I cannot say enough good things about the weather that we are having right now in early November. I think we're in the 50s, Jesse. I mean, there's a slight breeze coming through, but this is just perfect regional weather.
What an absolute amazing night, especially for Lexington. You're at your home place. The field looks great. Your team's playing well. You're up 2-0 at halftime. I mean, so far it is a dream night for the Minutemen. I mean, just everything is going the way you want it to go. For Granville, not quite the same. Certainly the weather's still nice, but you took a tough goal at the end of the half there to find yourself in a 2-goal deficit against a very talented Lexington team. I think for Lexington, or for Granville, to get back in the game, they've got to find a way to get pressure on the back line and pressure in the middle of the field to force Lexington into some turnovers. They're just dropping all of their players to try and create chaos in the attacking third for Lexington, and Lexington's too good for that. I think you've got to pressure throughout the field, make them make some bad passes, some bad touches elsewhere, and see if you can capitalize on maybe a bad turnover for Lexington.
Of course, that leaves you susceptible to the counterattack and the speed of Ryan Parker, coming at your one defender one-on-one, but at the same time, especially now, trailing by 2 goals, you need to make something happen offensively. So that's probably going to be one of the adjustments that we see here, maybe an extra offensive player moving forward and trying to play a little bit more of a high press and keep the pressure on the Minutemen back lineup, but they haven't been able to do that very often tonight. Of the couple of shot opportunities that Granville had, Reinhardt was right there. He wasn't really challenged.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been in the right place to make the right save every time. I think his positioning is good. His hands are good. He's making the play he's supposed to be making right now. I think what we need to see is for Granville is Max King has got to get the ball more in more dangerous areas. Right now, he's getting the ball wide. He's getting the ball midfield. They've got to figure out a way. How can we get Max King the ball in the attacking area? And his touches have been dangerous. Certainly when he gets the ball, he's creative, he's fast, but he's just not getting the ball in very dangerous areas, and so not much is coming of it. So what can they do? It looks like this one change might be that I see Julian Labaki maybe moving up as more of a center mid to be more of a distributor there instead of the center back. Now, we talked about the pros and cons of pressing all over the field.
Sure.
If you put your center back up, you are certainly susceptible to that counterattack and the speed of Trevor Fair and Ryan Parker. So it could be an interesting way to start the second half here to see what Granville's going to do different to try and change this scoreboard.
And we do see all you fans out there weighing in Facebook land, including Jason Hisson cheering on Big Lex, Joy Dials watching from home in Mansfield, enjoying the broadcast on YouTube tonight. William Cottrell, big Isaac Davis fan out there. And then Cassie Boffman, Kendall and Jacob cheering on Coach Pete and his team.
Certainly the referee just made a big tackle, and not a soccer tackle, more of a football tackle by Granville. I think the initial play was clean. Then you see his hand go up, and he just grabs him and brings him to the ground. All 3 referees missed it, or they just decided to let it play, but certainly a lot of contact there again.
Got to give some credit to the officials here this evening for allowing them to get physical with one another. I tend to enjoy a little bit more of a physical brand of soccer.
Yeah, it's tough to officiate something like this because there will be plays that will look physical. What a punt by Reinhardt. Oh, my goodness. He put Ryan Parker in the box. That is a tremendous punt.
Yeah, big breeze coming through obviously aided that a little bit, but still, Jesse, you're right. I mean, to have the leg power to drive it all the way from end to end.
Yeah, I mean, his punts have been right around midfield consistently, and all of a sudden he put Ryan Parker in on the box. I think it caught Ryan by surprise. He just kind of got caught a little flat-footed and then makes a break on the ball, but the other keeper captured the other punt.
Yeah, not often that you see it go keeper to keeper at this level.
Alexis playing a little bit of the big ball right now, not looking for a ton of possession, just trying to get the ball out of the defensive area. Certainly Labaki looks like he's playing more of a holding mid as opposed to a deep center back for them. I think he's just going to be good to see Depperschmidt back in the game, and he's running hard at the Granville defenders. Great ball into Parker.
Yeah,
great
right
give
back
and go.
to Alex.
Oh, what a tackle.
You're right. That was a perfectly timed tackle right there. Depperschmidt was not able to wind up and get anything behind it.
Yeah, that's a tough tackle because there's a lot of things that if you don't get the ball, it's a PK. If you just get a little bit of the ball, he could still go forward. So he timed it right. He got it right. Keeper comes out, gets off his line, makes a save. Big break there for Granville. You don't want to go down 3-0, certainly. You see Labaki getting forward in the attack a little bit now for Granville.
See what the Blue Aces can get going here offensively. Some other out-of-staters watching, Jesse. We've got Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the house tonight.
Home with the Mothman. Fun fact.
Oh, the Mothman Prophecy. I do remember that Richard Gere flick from back in the day, so that's pretty cool. Some future Lex soccer players at home watching, along with Stacy Rogers-Glass. And Ashley says, hi, Coach Jesse from Britain.
Oh, hey, Britain. Got a lot of young players out there. We're getting some texts about there. Some of the young Appleseed Premier girls checking out the game tonight. Certainly, it's a fun one to watch.
This is a fun team to watch. I mean, Lexington, they're pretty much loaded at every single level. Certainly offensively, the back line has been virtually perfect this year, giving up less than a goal per game. I think less than 0.7 goals per game. They've been outstanding, so it's a good team to tune in for.
Absolutely. When you have speed and skill, it just makes for a really fun team. Sometimes you'll find teams who are incredibly fast but not super skilled. Sometimes you find the skill but not that fast, and then you get Lexington, who's just got a combination of both, and they know how to make you pay if you're not ready.
You're right. Look at how quickly they get the ball down the field. How many kids can really race with it. Parker just mistimed that one, wasn't able to catch up.
Been a bit of an interesting start here. Not a lot of just completed passes. It's just a little bit of kind of back and forth. A little bit bigger passes than we were seeing in the first half. Just kind of knocking the ball long, seeing if somebody kind of slips in.
There definitely is a stiff breeze coming in now that's favoring Lexington. It's going to be behind them. So we'll see if they're able to use that to their advantage again. We saw Reinhardt with a huge punt.
He had a chance to score nearly. If the wind picks up, it's going to be foul on Teddy Tagliati in the middle.
Went in through the back of Shopes.
Yeah, kind of started grabbing at him a little bit. Labaki going with a quick restart for Granville.
But what can the Blue Aces do with it? Minutemen have been so good about turning them away when they've tried to connect with feet. And once again, here it is, same storyline.
Oh, Depperschmidt with a little bit of skill is able to keep it so fast with the ball.
Now Alex
finds Ryan Parker. Ooh, just a little bit in front of him.
Ryan with the left foot trying to get it to Depperschmidt, but Mail scoops it up.
Boy, if you're a young player watching, there's a clinic right now on finishing out a run by Depperschmidt. He's giving the ball up in the middle and just keeps attacking that back line.
Look at this shot from Parker.
The keeper was, he came out for the punt and went right to Ryan Parker, and certainly the wind is behind him, but puts it just a little bit wide.
I wonder, I'm going to have to talk to Ryan's mom. Some of the ways that he approaches his kicks, I feel like he's got to have like a martial arts background. It looks like a little karate in there.
He does well to get his hips to the goal, which is really what's key in that. Tough play there by Granville, giving away a bad goal kick.
Now Parker, all sorts of space. Yeah. Sends it in, outside.
That's not the shot he wanted. Certainly the opportunity he wanted, but not the shot that he was looking for there. But Granville, what a poor turnover. Goal kick there. They give it away right at the top of the box. They run the same kick again. I think Granville is just struggling to figure out how they want to get in the attacking third. Lexington's come up with some big tackles in the middle of the field. It's prevented them from playing that final ball in. But Lexington just pressuring the ball and just making the smart tackle one-on-one just every time. If he's on, it's going to be a goal.
Wow, fair.
He is on. Oh, my goodness.
It looked like he was offsides, but now Parker comes in. Up for grab, now flicked out of there. It's going to find Labaki.
Well, there's a lot of that play I've got questions about. I'm not sure how that he was actually on or why he didn't shoot, but then he played it across. And those type of plays, you just expect Lexington to score on, but we've seen a couple of them tonight where the ball's in the box and they don't come away with it. Here you see Fair keeps it in, plays a dangerous ball back. Teddy just kind of tumbles into the defender, and Ryan hits it kind of back at Teddy on the ground and just cleared away by Ryan Miller for Granville.
It's a great opportunity there that presented itself to Parker.
I would say more than any team I've really seen, Lexington just has this chaos in front of the net, both good and bad. You know, it's tough to defend because you don't know what's going to happen, but sometimes it's tough to score because you don't know what's going to happen. But every time I watch him, the ball gets into the 6 and there's just plays happening.
You're right, just madness.
A little bit of sportsmanship or gamesmanship going on here. A little bit of contact drew a lot of a flop, I think.
Now Hutchins has to send it back to the defensive line.
Another big tackle. It's one-on-one. Ryan Parker comes away with the ball. Oh, beautiful skill, and he's fouled.
Oh wow, he definitely was fouled. Didn't get the whistle, though.
The referee's just missed it there. I mean, certainly he swung at the legs, he hit the legs, and Ryan Parker beat him.
Now King.
Max King, dangerous ball in the box.
And that's what Granville needs more of to try to get back into this game. Blue Aces draw a foul, and boy, King's getting really mouthy right now.
Lexington needs to back off a little bit.
He's trash-talking Dove. It looked like he was going back and forth a little bit, and now the official's deciding he's got to step in and do something about it.
Yeah, a little bit of just frantic play there. Granville certainly frustrated, trying to do something to disrupt the Lexington players, get them out of sorts. Max King's got to be careful, though. If he's the one doing it, he's already sitting on a yellow, so another yellow and he's out of the game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he was a little bit more chirpy than I thought he would be with that yellow card.
Yeah, I don't know who initiated what contact, but they certainly went chest to chest, and that sometimes warrants yellows for both players. So Max really needs to be careful in that situation.
Great, crisp, short pass. And now Fair with the setup. Parker turns the corner. He's going to be called offside.
Man, I'd love to see that again. I thought that back defender kept him on as he turned the corner. Man, it happened so fast. The referee's on the line there, but I really thought he was good.
It was definitely razor thin. I mean, that was close right there. But Parker was offsides according to the official.
Lexington just makes the best off-the-ball runs of any team I've seen recently. I mean, they play the ball, and then they're sprinting forward at the right angle. And so they just missed that one. I really thought he was on, but the referee called him off.
Man, how about, the first 9 minutes that Alex Depperschmidt is playing right here, man. He's taken away the ball. He's had some nice passes. He's making some things happen right now.
Yeah, we certainly talked about the speed of Ryan Parker, but the quickness of Depperschmidt. He's just such a quick touch. That's going to be a bit of a battle here.
And just a sophomore, too, young player. And he draws the whistle right here. Schultz looked like a little bit of a frustration.
Yeah, Granville's going to need to settle down here a little bit. It's going to be, that's nearly a yellow again. Yeah, referee thought about bringing it back, but Lexington kept the play. He ran right in front of the free kick. This has the makings of getting ugly here in a second if the referee doesn't get control of it.
Fair tried to turn the corner, and I think he did kind of just lose his footing there going up against a much bigger player in Labaki.
Yeah, I think he had an intention of going down. I think he felt the contact and had the intention of going down ever since it. So, but Granville, you really just got to settle in and play a little bit of soccer here. They're getting caught up in a little bit of shenanigans.
Good-looking cross. Schultz up top.
Handball looks like it bounced up into his hand.
Tough break right there.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum for Granville. Going to be caught back by their own misfortune there. Let's see, Reinhardt's going to take the free kick. Now, last time he punted the ball, he put it in the goal box. Let's see what he can do.
Well, he's got Fair and Parker lurking deep. This one's going to find its way out of bounds here near side.
So here's the lesson for both teams. For Granville, you got to knock off some of the nonsense here. You're going to pick up some cards and start losing players who should be in the game, and if they go sit out because they got a card. For Lexington, you can't get caught up into any of this as well. You're looking at 2-goal lead, advancing to the regional finals. You don't want to pick up a card, especially a red card that's going to cost you some big games going forward. So just discipline is a funny thing, but you need to have it in these situations.
Three straight headers, now 4, as Labaki brings it to his feet.
It's a bad tackle by Fair. I think he's just a little frustrated with Labaki. Labaki's got a lot of contact on him. Great ball to keep it in. Depperschmidt, big touch. Can he keep it on the inline? Who called it out? What?
And it was not close, of course, to being out.
No, the linesman didn't signal out. The ball didn't go out. The center ref has made the call and looked at the linesman. The linesman never raised his flag to indicate it was out. He called it on his own and Kind of made a mess of it here. Big tackle by Teddy. It's what he does.
Now he's got Parker. Backside, Ryan with the left foot. And turned away by Mel, but it will set up a corner kick.
Yeah, good left foot just makes the keeper to make a save there. Keeps it on goal. Gets a corner kick for his efforts. Lex is going to run a quick short corner here. Catch Granville off guard a little bit. Depperschmidt's got the ball. Big ball in the back post.
Header got down. It looked like a
it,
handball.
yeah,
it's going to be a PK on the way, Jesse.
Yeah, he definitely headed it down into the. I couldn't tell which Granville player it was, but definitely headed it into his hand. And the referee called it. He saw it all the way and went right for the PK spot.
Here's the scene up here in the bleachers. Everyone, of course, social distance, as only half of each section is open here tonight.
Looks like Gage Potter's going to be taking the PK here. Keeper trying a little bit of gamesmanship as well. Got right on the PK spot, trying to disrupt him. Punching the crossbar. Lots of just theatrics right now.
Gage cannot send it to the back. Connor Mell laying fully extended and comes up with the save.
It's a huge save. Yep, just gets out there.
And you saw he made a break for it earlier. I mean, he saw it coming. Maybe Gage gave it away with his eyes.
What's the referee doing here? Looks like it's going to be a re-kick.
Maybe the goalie moves too early or came off the back line.
Oh, boy, to come off the line and this, man, what a tough play.
Certainly some upset fans in the Granville section, and I guess I don't blame them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's
crucial.
You don't see that call a lot at this level. You know, the rule is you got to wait till the ball is struck to go forward. You can go side to side, but you can't go forward. So Lexington's going to have Teddy Tagliati tuck it away here. That's an unfortunate break for Granville. You know, he maybe took a step forward, but
Tagliati with the goal here for the Minutemen. They're on top by 3.
That is just a tough break for Granville. You know, the right PK call. Keeper makes the save. And then just, you know, a re-kick, and Teddy Tagliati just knows what to do, puts it in the corner of the net.
Yeah, you see the save there, and it does look like his hop took him sideways, that being Connor Mell on the initial save.
Yeah, I mean, I struggle with that call because I just don't think it's called consistently at this level, and it didn't look to be, you know, that defiant. And to call something like that at this level is tough, but it's good. Anyways, it's a 3-0 lead for Lexington. Granville's going to have the kickoff here. Got to be careful with the frustration plays for both teams now. Certainly Granville's gotten a little bit chippy, and Lexington is starting to retaliate as well. So I just think composure goes a long way here. Granville's got to figure out a way to get the ball in the attacking third and not give it away.
Terry with the quick throw back to him. Made a nice move to get it by Depperschmidt.
Yeah, you don't see Depperschmidt get beat too often there, but he just kind of got turned around.
Yeah, got his brother, got his back.
Let's see if Granville's got a bit of a lengthy throw, anything that's going to get him in the box here. Looks like they set up. This certainly indicates that.
Big throw, but headed out of the box right to Granville. That was Shopes with the shot attempt.
Kind of bounced away from him right as he swung at it. I mean, the attempt was fine, but the ball kind of bounced away and he swung through it. And
right off the side of his foot. Now Alex Depperschmidt is going to get a seat as Ethan Hunter checks in, and those were some valuable minutes. We already talked about it. Alex really he played well here these first 14 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. He was able to get the ball right around the midfield line and just make plays, which is huge. You know, if you can get the ball and you can get forward with your team, that is the job of the winger, and Depperschmidt certainly did that. Got forward, got in the attack there, made some valuable plays, and can get a quick break here. Maybe check out the ankle real quick, make sure he's okay, and he'll be right back in the game, I'm sure.
Aces with the giveaway off the throw-in. And the Minutemen send it down into Blue Aces territory. Fair chasing.
Ooh, tough touch there by Ryan Parker. You normally see him 1v1. He excels in those situations.
Now here is Parker. Crafty little play as he flips it forward.
Lexus loves that chip through ball. I mean, they've got to bring it coming down to their feet every time. Really have to be so technical in that, 'cause so many times you just play it right to the keeper, play it out of bounds, but they have got just the distance and the length and just right in front of their player to step into. It's good build-up.
Defending regional champs, just 25 minutes away from getting back to the championship match.
What in the world? It's the third goal kick where they've played it short and they've almost cost themselves another turnover. I don't know why they play it short to begin with, because they just kick it long after that anyway. So they play it short and they have a guy get out of the area. Interesting strategy. I haven't seen it really play out for them at all, but
You know, blue aces, you know, maybe gamblers, Jesse, and just like to live on the edge a little bit.
it would make more sense mathematically if you just played it long and then on the gamble, and then you got more guys, and it's all right. To each their own.
So far, they've avoided complete disaster and allowed Parker or somebody else to step in front and get a goal off of it. But you're right; it has seems like a interesting choice.
Yeah, three goal kicks. And certainly, they've got the guys who can put the ball, to midfield and into dangerous areas. So to run it short like that, and played it to Lexington once, played it up in the air one. I mean, just some rather interesting things coming out of the goal kicks for Granville.
Hostetler in, Luke Roberts out. And Wolf also checking back in for the Blue Aces.
Boy, Granville's going to need to get some offense fast. Oh, another careless turnover there. That's a tough sight if you're the coach. You've got the ball, you play to an unmarked player, and he plays it out of bounds. Just been that kind of night for Granville. A couple bad turnovers have led to some Lexington goals. You haven't really got a momentum going on offense yet. You just need a little bit of possession to get things going.
Coach Mill did tell me before the game, he said if there was one word to define his team, he said it would be resilience, that they've done well to bounce back when they've been in tough spots. So they're certainly facing one of those right here on the road, trailing by 3. And the Minutemen looking to add to that right now. Fair, spun down to the ground.
Yeah.
Not going to get a call.
Yeah, if he gets up, yeah. There's lots of things there. It should have been a foul. I mean, he clipped him. He had a good skill move, clipped him, and got around. But then Fair's got to get up. If you don't get the call, you got to get up, because he gets the ball back to his feet and he could have another play. Good step by Fenifrock there.
Now a chance here for King. Tried to poke it around the defender. Didn't work out.
Yeah, defended well by Depperschmidt. Just keeps his body in front of the ball, not letting him go forward. Another unforced error for Granville. That's just tough. They get in that attacking third and just lose the ball. A couple bad turnovers there. Not letting them get off shots or anything. They just give the ball away on the side. Oh, Trevor Fair unmarked, missed touch though, but 4 Granville players were near him, but not marking him. He might be off. Oh, it's going to be played back. This time he's on.
Yeah, he is. So Parker sets it back up for his right foot. Puts a lot of spin on it, but he had that one way out wide, and you can see the frustration there.
Yeah,
Didn't hit it like he wanted.
That's not the play he wanted. He saw the corner of the goal open and just didn't really get turned back to the goal, and just puts it pretty wide there, especially for a player of his caliber. That's a shot he'd like to have back.
Into the game for Granville's number 6, Sawyer Hutchins.
This goal, are you kidding me with these goal kicks?
Wow. We'll see if they can make him pay this time. Parker, nice setup, and again, another shot attempt that Minutemen player wish he had back. And you see Fair, I should have done it like this.
Yeah, certainly the strikers for Lexington add a little bit of just fun theatrics after their play. They know what they can do. They certainly have the ability to do a lot of things. Hey, Julian Labaki played the ball well past midfield on a goal kick, so that's a good start for Granville. Just some bad turnovers off those goal kicks. I don't understand the logic there.
Parker with the feed to Fair, back hills it. Potter poked away. Chance for a deep throw in. Tagliati says, hold up, bro. I got this.
This is what he does.
It's my spot.
The one thing about Lexington, he's replacing some of the dirt that came up there. Thank you. One thing about playing at Lexington is you don't have a lot of room to run on your approach for the throw-in on this side. And the fence really shuts you off, but Tagliati doesn't have a huge approach anyways.
Parker to Fair, now back to Teddy. He swings it in.
It's kind of a forced ball in. I think it was open wide. You just got to be patient. Just keep that ball moving. There's good composure to turn the ball out there, turn it out again, and now you're moving some defenders around. This is what you got to do to be successful at this level. You got to keep the ball moving, keep defenders moving, and there's the buildup. There's the splits you can get when you start moving defenders. Oh.
That one not even close from Trevor that time.
Yeah, he's just kind of got in that mode of he's going to hit as hard as he can. Placement go a long way with a guy who's got kind of the skill set that he does. Just look up and place it somewhere in the net, and it'll be a good shot.
That's going to be a foul there against Potter. Just chucks the defender right to the turf. Blue Aces, though, have not developed much offense here at all in this second half. See if they can change that here.
Yeah, Max King has been pretty quiet. Not a lot of touches. Here he's going to get the ball. He's going forward in the box, see if he can make a play.
Almost got around Depperschmidt.
Well, the referee did call the foul there. Max King had the ball. I think used his arm to clear out a little bit. Referee's going to bring it back for Lexington free kick right about on the in line there.
Reinhardt, of course, in no hurry here, sees his team less than 19 minutes away from punching their ticket back to the regional championship. Game that this Minutemen program has become very familiar with here in recent times. Peter Tem done a great job with them since taking over in 2014.
Absolutely. A couple misplayed balls there led to Lexington getting in on a breakaway just from misplays by Granville.
Labaki.
Yeah, big ball into the corner. Dangerous, though. It's one-on-one if you can get it to his feet.
Jack Depperschmidt makes the play.
Let's see if Granville's able to keep possession here, get a ball into the box. Good skill. Good ball in.
Yeah,
Finds his teammate.
Wolf was able to send a nice pass there. Reinhardt comes out. No problem there.
Tagliotti did well to get out and defend the shot there, not let it be an easy turn. It was going to be a difficult shot regardless, but Tagliotti comes out, closes it down. There's nothing going forward there for Granville.
I see a former keeper, Trevor Kramer, tuning in from Mississippi tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. It's great to have you here.
The linesman is just not making the calls on the. I don't know if he saw the center ref go ahead and point which way it was going, so he didn't make the call, but it's normally the responsibility of the linesman to indicate where the ball's going to go, and everybody looked to him. And
Parker played it down to his feet. Taken away, so now Granville trying to get on the move, and handball will be the call against Lex. Free kick on the way here for the Blue Aces. Chance to try to shift some field position. We'll see if they get some extra bodies up.
Certainly Labaki, we've seen, has got the ability to put the ball in the box from here. Can they connect on the other end, though?
Granville still keeping 4 defenders back.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be a little more risky. There one more goes up. Big ball in by Labaki. That's a good ball, right? The PK spot.
King got ahead on it. And then King with the foul in the box. And that is going to be the second yellow card against Max King. He is done for the night. Tough break, and a lot of frustration you can tell there from number 7.
Yeah, the game's taking a bit of a weird turn here. A couple players mouthing off to each other. Trevor Fair is getting a conversation as well. He certainly was a little bit of antics there, pointing to the scoreboard.
So they lose Max King, their leading scorer and assister on the season. And for the Minutemen, they do have a player down, so we'll go ahead and step away while they tend to the injured player. Minutemen in control right now, on top 3-0, the second half of this regional semifinal.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Just a beautiful fall night here at Lexington, where the Minutemen on top 3-0. And a good sign for Lexington when last we left you. Owen Dove was the shaken up player. He was able to get up. He walked off, Jesse, and they got a sub in for him. I believe that's Jacob Hathaway. So we're back to action here, and just always like to see the injured player get up and walk off.
Yeah, absolutely. And what it did allow is allowed the teams to go back to their coaches to get some water. And so hopefully both coaches said, hey, listen, we need to settle down a little bit. The game's getting a little carried away. Let's play some soccer. Don't get caught up in a lot of the theatrics that are going on here. Any of the extra stuff. There's a lot at stake here. It's a physical game. There's a lot of tugging on the players, a lot of kind of clipping at the ankles. But at the end of the day, you got to remember here to play soccer and not get distracted by a lot of these other things.
Yeah, particularly for Lexington, of course. With this big goal differential right now, odds are they're going to be moving on. That's two big bodies colliding.
Yeah, collided, yeah. The referee's going to give it to Granville. It's tough to tell. It could have gone either way almost. But Tagliati stepped in. I don't know that he won much of the ball, so it's going to be a free kick for Granville in a dangerous area. 15 minutes to go. Granville's down 3-0, playing with 10 players now after a red card. So the task is certainly very, very daunting for Granville. But this could be a play that gets you back in the game if you're able to capitalize on a free kick in a dangerous area.
It's going to be Hutchins looking at a 4-person wall. Got 3 options to his left, 2 to his right. And he will send on net, diving.
My goodness, what a free kick.
Reinhardt looked like he might have got just a little piece of it, but it went off of the side post. Really close to being a goal right there.
Yeah, it's a tremendous free kick. I mean, hits the inside of the post, rolls across, and somehow does not go in. I don't know. It's hard to tell if Reinhardt touched it or not. He certainly was there. Maybe a little late. I don't know that he touched it, but Lex catches a bit of a break. Granville, kind of a tale of their night. It's just not quite close enough. It's a bad foul by Trevor. He may pick up a card. Yeah. There's not much to the foul, but he's drawn a lot of attention to himself with some of the off-the-ball stuff. So he kind of comes in a little reckless there. A little bit of kind of theatrics earlier on. He had a conversation with the referee, and I think the referee's just trying to keep the game in line right now.
And as a yellow card in this match, does that mean anything moving forward here at Regionals, Jesse?
No. You see the antics there of Granville kind of clapping his face and Trevor pointing at the scoreboard there. No other ramifications for that. If he were to come back in and pick up a second yellow or a red, then it might be a little bit different. But I think he's going to be fine. I would be surprised if he comes back in the game, honestly. I think coach just needs to have him settle down a little bit. And he's taken his fair share of physical plays tonight, and he's also given some. And so just kind of got to learn a few lessons.
Off the restart, Ryan Miller sends. And it's going to drop kind of in no man's land. Taken by Hathaway.
Yeah, the quality of soccer has certainly dropped off here in the past 10 minutes or so. It's turned a little bit into a different style of game, and I think both teams were more concerned about what the other team was going to do physically rather than what we can do with the ball. If you're Lexington, you've got to kind of persevere through that. Obviously, you don't like to be hit. You don't like physical plays that are dirty. But at the same time, they've not been as good offensively because they're distracted by the nonsense that's going on. And so I think that's a lesson you've got to learn, because if teams figure that out, that's just going to escalate and get more and more and worse and worse. Big tackle by Teddy.
You see Terry there just battling. Sandwiched between a couple of defenders.
Yeah, side ref clearly indicated a foul. The head ref, you can see, just kind of turns. Teddy with a big tackle there. It's one you usually see Teddy come away cleanly with, but Julian Labaki actually came up with it.
One-timer opportunity there by the Blue Aces. Reinhardt there to make yet another stop, and another big punt. Might find Parker.
And there's a lot of contact with Lucas there as well. Parker, that ball's going to roll out for a goal kick if we're not careful. It's going to be a Lexington throw in near the corner area there.
So imagine they're going to bring Teddy Tagliati on for big throw in, and you do actually have space over on that side. Get a nice wind up.
Back in the game for Lexington is number 5.
Lex is going to bring a couple of subs in there now. Trevor Fair looks like he's still going to stay on the sideline and just give a chance to kind of relax. And certainly they had a couple guys, I think, were kind of looking at him in a different way. And he was certainly bringing some attention to himself as well, pointing to the scoreboard, things like that, where your goal is to upset the opponent. Obviously, the score is indicative of how the game has gone, but everyone's aware of the score, and so he's just trying to draw a little attention there and gets everybody a little fired up.
Probably be the wise play just to have his night be over, especially if the score maintains the way that it is here for the Minutemen.
Absolutely. Yeah, the game is certainly not over, but it's certainly favoring Lexington in a large way. Coming back from 3 goals down when you're down a player is a difficult task, especially when you're playing a team as good as Lexington.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough, just the 10 players on the field for Granville. I mean, they were having trouble getting numbers forward as it was. And you see, the physicality continues, as it didn't even look like Johnny Wright was trying to make a play.
There's a lot of frustration plays happen right now where Lexington got to the ball first, and he's just frustrated, so he hits him. The Granville bench is upset at the call, but clearly he lifted his arm to get into him. So just a lot of frustration for both teams tonight. Certainly the second half has had its fair share of antics and different things going on. Good corner kick. Okay.
Yeah, good bit of hustle right there. Setting that up.
Referee a bit dramatic in his own right there with the flag raised, and then which way is it going to go for the corner of the goal kick? I like it.
A little slow roll.
A little slow.
That was Starling that set up the corner. This played in low. Teddy was there. Almost got a head on it.
Right to Depperschmidt. Oh, good skill. Drew the 6th man coming at him there.
Yeah, had about 4 different defenders.
Keeper nearly throws it out of bounds. Oh, Granville's just struggling to get the ball forward out of their own back. From goal kicks to the keeper distribution, just a tough night for Granville.
Yeah, certainly have not played their best here in this match. No question about that.
Big play by Owen Dove out of the back. Just a way to get in front of the ball and head it out of there. There's a lot of contact again on Teddy. Yep. Well, I'm not really sure what Granville bench is so upset about. You see some of the guys throwing their hands up like they can't believe the call, but he saw both hands around his waist and kind of move him a little bit.
We see the full All-American tournament staff watching the game. That from Brad Hamilton. So appreciate the viewership from that group out there and everybody that's watching on Facebook and YouTube. Certainly do love our fans, and that's why we try to feature y'all in the fan zone whenever we can during our broadcasts.
Looks like there was a yellow card as well during all of that. A little more of just kind of showmanship out there, clapping in the face of Tagliati or the referee. And I think Granville's just got to be disciplined right now. I think the referee may have a word with the coach saying it's time to control your players. They're just getting a little carried away. A lot of extra things. I don't think you can really argue the foul. I mean, clearly you saw the hands around the waist. You saw him kind of move them with the hands, which is certainly a foul. I'm not sure what the frustration would be unless you feel like you're not getting the call the other way. But
just has not been one of the best nights here for the Granville Blue Aces.
Yeah, I think Max King had another word on the bench there, and he's lucky to be on the sideline at this point. Geez, if you pick up 2 yellows and got another conversation after that. Tough night. It's his final game here for Granville, senior striker. He's had a nice career, a nice year for the Blue Aces. It's a tough way to go out, but
Team that's accustomed to lighten up the scoreboard, averages about 4.5 goals per game, so being shut out here, and you see that it's just drew a lot of frustration, certainly.
It's going to be a goal kick for Granville, which has not been their area of strength.
Yeah, this is, you normally don't have as many crazy opportunities off of these as we've seen here tonight, but these have been fun to watch at times.
Yeah, I can't figure out the going short strategy to play it back and then try and go long. You know, the guys have the ability to play the ball as long as they would the first time. So, and there it is. I mean, that's Ryan Miller. He hit the ball to midfield. They've got a chance at the ball, and they're not having to defend right away. I get trying to keep possession, but man,
certainly less interesting when they make the right play, Jesse. You know,
yeah. Lex not in the attack right away, so there's that. It's a good ball by Depperschmidt.
See some of the backups are into the mix here for the Minutemen as we're into the closing minutes. Just over 18 minutes to go.
Tell you what I like for Granville is Julian Labaki started the game as a deep center back, and he was just doing well to cover there. He's moved up more to almost an attacking mid now, and just he's being effective. Oh, jeez. The fans are going to go crazy now.
And I think we're going to get another card here, Jesse. This one's going to go against Miller.
But I don't understand how he can argue that it's a foul. I mean, clearly just drops his shoulder and runs into him. But listen, it's a foul. If he doesn't do anything else, it's just a foul. But then the theatrics after that have brought a yellow card on. It's just unbelievable to me, the lack of discipline by Granville right now. Certainly they're a good team. There's good players on the team. But they have just kind of fallen apart here in the last 20 minutes of the second half.
It certainly looked like the NBA where just nobody has committed a foul. You know, everyone's throwing up their hands. They can't believe it.
The Kevin Garnett rule. Kevin Garnett never fouled anyone, ever.
There's been a few players like that in the league,
Yeah.
Jesse. He's certainly
Kevin Garnett,
not alone.
I think, was probably the most demonstrative of it every time.
Kind of throw Tim Duncan into that category, too. He didn't say much,
How
but
dare
just
you
the
speak
look.
ill of Tim Duncan? He's a consummate professional.
No argument there.
There's another yellow card to someone on the Granville staff.
Man.
Oh, jeez. It's just
starting to lose track.
Yeah,
it's about 5 or 6.
Getting out of control over here. I'm not sure. And they're still jawing with the official. I mean, I don't know what they want to happen. I'm not sure what the end outcome is. You know, you just keep talking. You keep getting cards. You're losing players. You're starting center back or outside backs out of the game now for a card. You're starting strikers out of the game. I mean, just at some point you got to learn the lessons.
Decently struck ball there by Parker, headed out. But the Minutemen keeping the pressure on.
It's a bad turnover you don't normally see from Lexington when they try to get in the attacking third. It's usually when they can play the ball effective and plays it right at Granville, who in turn plays it back to Lexington, so nothing to it. But bit of a sloppy second half. The first half was full of excitement and good movement off the ball. The second half has been throw-ins and free kicks.
You're right. Just almost has that feel to it, like, you know, let's just cancel the last 7 minutes. You know,
Right.
I think we kind of got this thing in the books. Let's move on, get to the next match.
Just some panic play for Granville. You know, they're struggling to get the ball forward. Throw-ins, a couple of throw-ins for Lexington. Yeah, it gets to the point now where you got to kind of protect your players. The game's getting a little out of hand. The score of the game is pretty much going to be set. You don't see really a big comeback coming for Granville.
So Hostetler, Parker checking out along with Depperschmidt.
Nice game for all three of those players. They've really, both Hostetler and Depperschmidt on the wings have been tremendous, getting the ball up and down the wing. And obviously Ryan Parker has just played at his first half especially.
Yeah.
Just been another level of player out there.
13, Dan Elgin, and number 12, Ben Elgin.
So the senior back line for Lexington is going to stay on, but the youth movement pretty much everywhere else here for Big Lex.
Teddy Tagliotti's going to stay in as well. Granville with a quick free kick there. Just trying to get some numbers forward, but Lexington's got, looks like 7 or 8 guys back already. Saw it coming.
Not a great turnover right there, right to Nato.
The Granville coach screaming for the press right now to get up on the ball quickly when Lex had it, which I I think it's the right strategy. I think you got to implement it maybe more than 5 minutes left in the match.
Yeah. Good point, especially shorthanded here. So Lexington, again, does their job defensively, and another whistle, and much to the chagrin of the sideline over of Granville. And boy, Max King is just jumping around and throwing over his hands.
So many theatrics over there. I mean, that one, it was not quite as obvious as the others, but the hand comes up, it comes off the body, and it's a foul every time. Now, I don't know if the justification is they feel like they're not getting that call back, but it's just good skill by Teddy to turn and look forward and see if he can create a play there.
Yeah, maintaining a lot of patience. The shot deflected.
Certainly, Ryan and Trevor get a lot of the credit for their goal scoring ability, but Teddy is a playmaker. He's a defensive. He's a ball winner. He's just all over the field. That short corner, or that short goal kick is just astounding to me that they keep doing it and keeps going back to Lexington every time.
Here's Teddy. Thought about it. Now he will send, but it sails over the top.
Lexington shot is high. Goal kick coming for Granville.
Just 4.5 minutes left here until we move on to the regional finals. Lex has kind of been in control for the past couple of minutes here. Not a lot of attacks. That should have been a foul for going against Lexington there. He definitely clipped him and took him down. But
now Starling, who big hero in the first half, had the goal was just 6 seconds.
Absolutely, kind of just put the game apart then. It was just a different feel than at that point.
You're right, yeah, totally changed the vibe. Then Lexington getting that third goal, and it's kind of all come unraveled for Granville ever since.
And Julian Labaki is certainly my player of the game for Granville. I mean, he's just all over the field. He's not caught up in all the other nonsense right now. He's just playing hard. Took a bit of a stumble there as I talk about him, but he's making the right plays, getting some dangerous free kicks. He's doing a lot of good things. I don't know about the card here. I mean, certainly it's a foul. He ran into his hip a little bit, but maybe saying it's persistent. It could have been a couple different fouls that have led to this moment. I'm not sure.
And perhaps, I don't know, the officials just went over to the sideline and told them any unnecessary foul. I mean, you all are getting a yellow card the rest of the night. Because that one, of course, was not egregious like some of the other ones that we saw.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been persistent fouls where he just, 4, 5, 6 fouls that warrants a card usually in most games. That foul in and of itself didn't look to be too bad. He kind of just ran him off the ball a little bit. Certainly it's a foul. I don't know if it's worthy of a yellow card, but at this point the referee may just be keeping everything in line and trying to keep the game moving.
Well, I can certainly tell you this is a record card output here for the OH report. We've never seen this many cards handed out in our history.
I don't know what kind of record that is.
Yeah, not one that we're proud of.
I know the Granville fans are asking for cards. I mean, I don't think it's quite to that point, but
Baki with the turnover to Starling. Turns it back to the midfield, and Minutemen just looking to run out these last 3 minutes at this point.
Yeah, this has the makings of being a long 3 minutes for this game to finish. I mean, just not a lot of actual soccer being played. People worried about getting fouls and calls and cards. Well, Granville might get in the box here, though.
Good pressure. Dove can't keep it in play.
He had so much space in front of him. We just kind of watched him to see what he's going to do. If he's going to keep it in play, he's going to have a lot of room to run.
Schopes continues his carry to the corner. Now he's got some space, and he'll send. Reinhardt is there, just lets it drift out.
It's kind of a rough ball in, and he's had some quality shots throughout the night tonight, but then just kind of mishits that ball a little bit and plays it out of bounds.
Naito was charging in, so we had an option there near post. Off the goal kick, Reinhardt.
2 minutes remaining.
Now Lex still looking to drive forward.
You certainly see a little bit of the youth here for Lexington get it in, and they have that same style, such a dangerous style. When they can get the ball wide and load the box up, they're going to find still some dangerous opportunities. That's a ball that you want to play in the box and not dribble in the box, though.
And for some of these youngsters, man, there's got to be some exciting times. You know, regional semifinal opportunities here. Get into the offensive mix. A good-looking cross.
Yeah, good ball in. Poorly cleared for a corner.
That was Miller who went up for the header. Now the Minutemen, I mean, you don't want to be in too much of a hurry here.
Yeah, just take your time. Just get a good ball in play. See if you can connect on the other end. Get your name in the score sheet maybe at this point.
This is going to be Owen Smith, sophomore midfielder. Pushes it in. Starling. No good with that attempt, and now down to our final 50 seconds.
It's a tough play when you're coming back to the ball to swing forward like that. How they went for the short goal kick, and they still played it.
That's just their style, Jesse.
Well, this one's better because he didn't turn and play it back. That I don't mind that. That short goal kick that goes backwards then is just allowing Lex to get that much closer on the pressure.
Minutemen still looking to apply some pressure here. They want one final goal.
Good
Nathan
ball in by
Kramer.
Starling.
Nice move there initially by Hutchins.
Throw in Granville. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So Lexington will get back to the regional championship game. They are the defending regional champs, and they will get a play it right here at home as they take care of Granville by a final score of 3-0. We will step away one final time. We'll be back. We'll have to decide who our My Mechanics player of the game is going to be. Get you some final stats and wrap things up here from the Lexington Soccer Complex. So keep it with us. The post game will roll along on the OH Report.
Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
are back here at the regional semifinals with one of our co-players of the match. We've got Ryan Parker with us right now, the stud senior forward. And Ryan, first just tell me about the satisfaction. I know that you guys have been working to get back to state all season long, and now you're right there on the doorstep, at least punching your ticket into the regional championship match. Just tell me, how'd that feel for you in this bunch?
Yeah, it definitely feels great just to get to where we are right now in the tournament and to be able to play another game. And obviously Granville's a good side, and coming out and winning a big statement win of 3-0 just to keep a clean sheet and put that many goals on them is a big statement to the rest of the soccer teams still left playing.
Certainly a dominant first half by you guys. Why don't you walk me through your first goal featuring Teddy and Trevor, and then ultimately your finish at the end. What were you thinking through that play?
Honestly, I don't quite remember. I remember Teddy played it into Trevor, and Trevor had a great flick on, and I knew it was just a race to get to the goal first and just to get there and then have a one-on-one with the goalie and be able to slot it. Felt really good. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it was a terrific-looking goal. I mean, all three players just made the right play repeatedly and you got into a great play to make the right finish. Right before the end of the half, you made a hard run from midfield. Looked to me like Granville was trying to foul you, just trying to do something to slow you down. How big was that goal to go up 2-0 with just seconds before the halftime?
Obviously, yeah, it felt great to go up 2-0, even though we talked at halftime 2-0 is one of the most dangerous leads, but just to nick another goal right there before halftime, it really gave us a confidence boost going into the second half.
Tell me about getting the home cooking, getting to play on your home turf for a regional semifinal match, and what a difference that made for you and your team.
Yeah, just as a senior and for the rest of the seniors, we had our last home game against Mansfield Senior, which wasn't the greatest competition, and we wanted to maybe go out on a better note and just to be able to play here again today and show that we came out with a good win. It was something nice for the seniors as well.
Yeah, we're here with Ryan Parker, our Mechanics Bank co-player of the game. Ryan, great game tonight. You guys looked really good in the first half. The second half had a little different feel to it. What'd you tell your guys? You got a little bit of a break in the second half when Owen went down with the injury. What'd you tell your guys when you're huddling up over there?
Obviously, with Owen going down, we were hoping it was nothing serious, and just for everybody else to step up and keep the clean sheet while he was out, because he's one of our very good defenders and he's one of our main defenders, and for him to go down, we just told everybody that we had to stay composed, stay relaxed, and continue to play our game, and I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, come away with a big 3-0 win. So Ryan Parker, one of our co-players of the match. Appreciate your time, Ryan. We'll have you go ahead and hand it off to our other co-player of the match, that being Teddy Tagliati, another senior.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. So Teddy, thanks for joining us, and a heck of a match for you and your squad. Tell me, what was some of the discussion that you guys had amongst the team there when you guys closed out the victory, and what was said there in the huddle?
I mean, we're just looking to the next game, and we just want to get past there. And we've just ever since last year, we've been just working really hard just to get back where we came and even go to state finals.
So the fact that you are getting back to at least a regional championship match, does that take some weight off of your shoulders and maybe some of the other seniors? Do you have kind of that sensation?
But we're still hungry to get after it and just go one step further, and it feels great to be here and be back on our home field Saturday.
Absolutely. Teddy, I got a question for you. Do you watch any of the Premier League soccer? Who's your team that you follow?
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Okay, so listen, you remind me a lot of a player named Virgil van Dijk. Do you know Virgil van Dijk? Listen, so his stat that he famously tweets out all the time is that no one gets beat in a 1v1. Right? No one gets past him. And I think for you, I had that true with you. I think somebody got past you tonight. I don't know if you're aware of that. I saw 1v1.
There's 18 here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You were well aware
right
of that.
Me.
Yeah, so no, listen, I think your game is tremendous. You're such a defensive, just kind of prowess in the back there, but that you have the ability to get forward and help your team finish. And there's so many different weapons you bring to this team. So for you, as you look at this next game being Lima Shawnee or Toledo Central Catholic, what for you guys, what needs to happen to go on to the next level then?
We just need to play like we have been all season, just working the ball around and finding our strikers' feet and just finding the back of net, because our strikers have been lethal all year, and we just need to get them the ball and let them score and just still be strong defensively.
Absolutely. Now, you had the build up to the first goal tonight. Was one of the best goals I've seen you guys score as a team. Your play into Trevor. Did you see the whole thing develop? You're probably 10 yards behind the midfield line. Did you see the whole thing develop before you played it to Trevor?
Yeah, a little bit. I just knew I got the ball, and I just had to find Trevor's feet, and he's been really good at that, just getting the ball and shielding the defender and just turning and finding either Ryan or just beating a couple defenders.
Yeah, I thought the goal just demonstrates all three of your abilities to, to make the right play for your teammates. And you guys, you were moving so flawlessly for a while there in the first half. Second half, a little bit of a different story. As you guys went to the break there, it kind of been a little chippy. Granville got a little mouthy, a lot of kind of weird cards. Did you tell your guys anything to kind of get back on, let's play really good soccer like we do? Did you say anything to your team?
We just said at halftime, basically just keep it up and just execute better than we did the first half. Because we were right there, but the execution just needed to be a little bit better just to get a few more in the net.
Absolutely, yeah. I think for you guys, I think the key thing is don't get distracted from being really good, right? The first half you were really good, and then they started with some of the antics and stuff, and you got caught up in that. And then when you guys play really good, you are a really good team, and it's fun to watch. So I'm excited for you guys as you go. We're here with Mechanics Bank Player of the Game, Teddy Tagliati, after their 3-0 regional semi win tonight over Granville. So, Teddy, thank you so much. Great job tonight. Great game. We'll be right back with stats, and we'll see you in just a minute.
Thank you.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Brian Skowronski, Jesse Ryder, back with you here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, rounding out this regional semifinal match. And, big 3-0 win for Lexington. They're going to move on to the regional championship game. And, it got chippy there in the second half, Jesse, and the level of soccer kind of diminished. But up until that point, Minutemen were definitely the superior team. And, this just seems like a bunch that if they play at their full capability, I don't know that there's anybody out there that can really beat them, with the exception of maybe Bay, but they don't have to see them for a couple of more matches.
Absolutely. The first half was tremendous soccer from Lexington. They looked really good. They played really good. I think what we found a little bit is perhaps they're easily distracted from being really good. You know, the physical play, a little bit of the chirpiness and just kind of back and forth. You know, they certainly were not the same team in the second half. And so I think there's a little bit of just kind of that emotional discipline of, you know, when I coached at Mansfield Christian, one of the things we said is we can't get distracted from being a really good soccer team.
Yeah.
And so you'd see things like the physical play, like the late tackles, just kind of the mouthing off and things like that. And you just kind of got to rise above and just keep being really good at being really good. And so I think for Lexington, they have the ability to do a lot of good things and to play with some of the top teams in the state of Ohio in Division II. I think if they focus in on that, man, there's a lot of possibilities for them being in the state Final Four, state championship, all those words you want to say at the end of the season.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the final stats here for the night, and that will indicate that Lexington was really good, a lot better than their opponent, who they really limited. You know, just a couple of shots on net here tonight for Granville, and Reinhardt was able to handle both of those. Meanwhile, you know, 14 shots on net here for the Minutemen. So, you know, they know how to develop some offense. They defend well. They've got all the pieces and parts, Jesse, like we were just talking about. It's a really good team, and that was on full display tonight.
Yeah, Granville's, I think, only 2 shots probably came off of free kicks there and just some bad fouls from Lexington. And, you know, for the run of play, Lexington dominated. When they had the ball, they were moving the ball, they keep possession, they're finding the right play. For Granville, that was not the case. You know, a lot of careless turnovers, a lot of just kind of giving the ball back to Lexington. To credit Lexington, they had a lot of big one-on-one tackles in the middle of the field, and that's a huge turning point. When you can win the ball in the middle of the field and then go forward with the ball, you've got the numerical advantage. You're looking at the goal. Lots of good things can happen, and we saw Teddy Tagliati came up big. You know, the Depper Schmitz came up big, winning the ball and going forward. Will Hostetler, a couple big plays early that really kind of set the game in motion for the Minutemen.
And the play of the game, I think it's got to be Lucas Starling. That goal was just 6 seconds before the end of the half, and all kind of set up by Ryan Parker, showing off the speed, making the big run, and then they finish in the back of the net, totally changed the complexion of the match.
Absolutely. I mean, it came into 2-2. It was just the last 10 seconds of the game, and Ryan gets in the box and just makes the veteran play to get the ball in front of the goal and see what happens. And what happens is super stub Lucas Starling drills it in the corner of the net, and it's 2-0 right before halftime, and that just crushes you for Granville. You know, you go in and 1-0, you feel like you're right there, and a goal and it's tied up. 2-0 is a difficult lead, especially when it comes like that, when you're expecting it to be 1-0 at halftime. That was a tough break there for Granville, but Lexington they looked good. That first half was some really good soccer, some of the best we've seen them play recently, and so they were really moving the ball well.
Well, they are going to be moving on into the regional final. They get to play again right back here at home Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. They will take on the winner of Lima Shawnee or Toledo Central Catholic. They were able to knock off Shawnee for the regional championship last year, so potentially we could have a rematch between those two squads. That is going to close up our coverage for tonight as you see the full moon out in full force here over the Lexington Soccer Complex. I'd like to give a big shout out to our crew for bringing you all the action here. Our top cameraman tonight, Travis Berardi. On the side cameras, we had Jory Hollenbeck along with Garrett Parlant. Our director, Adam Thompson. I'm Brian Skowronski. For Jesse Ryder, we appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. We've got live streams coming your way on Friday for high school football, including the Lucas Cubs at Warren JFK, and then 2 soccer regional championships on Saturday. We'll have the Madison Lady Rams traveling to St. Mary, and then right here at Lexington at 3 o'clock. So keep it locked in. That's all on the way this weekend on the Orange Report. It's so long for now.